Hey everyone! In today's video, this was a suggestion from someone in our audience who requested something for the hen that we made in our faux cutter quilt video. I'll leave a link to that video below, but I'm going to show you a different way of putting together the pieces because for the egg, you will want smaller pieces. And here is the cute egg. And not only that, I made another pattern for all of you. And if you have a hen, you have to have chicks, right? So here is a chick. And guys, I have to remind you, I'm not an artist. I just kind of draw these things out and I throw them in my graphics program just to clean up the lines and such. But remember, they're primitive countries, so they're not always going to be perfect. But because they're created with love, I think that makes them perfect. And they're all going to be different because we're using fabric scraps. So we're back to fabric scraps today. Here is some that I've already put together. All I'm going to do is use my 1/4 inch foot on my sewing machine. I will link this one below, but any 1/4 foot seam allowance foot will work. All I'm going to do is just flip these over and chain sew them together. So I'll just do a 1/4 inch seam allowance here, here, and here. I picked this one up and I also sew that. It comes off the sewing machine like this. And you just snip in between and open them up. Give them a press with the seam roller. I'm working on a 12 by 12 faux cutter quilt block. That will give me enough for 3 eggs and 3 chicks, I believe. All right, so I need to put these two together. Give that a press. And we'll bring these two together. And I'm a little short here, so I'll bring 2 of these up, or I can grab something else from my scrap pile that will work. Here's 2 already together. You're just grabbing right from the scrap pile. And then I'll need 1 more, I believe, on this end. And again, 1/4 inch seam allowance. We'll cut off this piece. We can trim this up too. Okay. We're going to flip it. Remember, I already did this part. We're going to flip this up here. And I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance along here. Okay. Got another row. What I will do now is just give this a quick trim. This will be enough to get me 3 eggs. And I'm just grabbing stuff out of the pile here. I think that is enough to get one more row. And I'll just flip these over. I'll finish this row and I'll be right back. I finished this row and I'm just going to do a quick trim on that. I think I'll go ahead and add it here because I know that this is 12. This will get trimmed off. Let's add one more row. And we should have enough to cut out 12 by 12. That's the thing with working with scraps. You don't have to be perfect. You're just getting it to where you can have a block. Flip this over. Lay that on the bottom. Now we definitely have enough for a 12 by 12. This is the shortest one, so I'll start there. Kind of line it up there at the top. Okay, don't forget to save those extras for filling. Okay, I think I will square this one up. There we have a 12 by 12 block from scraps in no time. Next, I have some fusible batting that I found in my stash. It's this, and I only had a little bit left, so I wanted to use it up. So we're going to use that. It has been a long time since I used it, so we'll see how this goes. I have my backing piece. It's just a scrap piece of muslin. I don't think my wool mat's going to work for this. I need a bigger ironing area. So I have my backing piece. And then my piece of batting. And then my 12-inch scrappy quilt block. And it says just to iron. This quilt block is so pretty, isn't it? We're going to quilt our quilt block. There's that. For quilting, let me grab another ruler. And for quilting, I'm just going to do from one side to the other. And then we'll make the same marks on the other side. Everyone, this is just where we're going to sew, right on these lines. And that will quilt this. Because I use that really thick batting, you can see it's not really sticking. Because I use that really thick batting, I'm going to have to use my walking foot. I'm going to quilt this, and then I'll be right back. And here it is all quilted. Isn't that pretty? And if you wanted to stop here, you've got the front for a pillow. Here's the back. And I'm just going to iron off our marks. They will disappear in just a moment. There we go. That is beautifully quilted. And you know what I forgot, guys? I'll need I'll need 2 for 1 egg, if that makes sense. And then I'll need 2 for 1 chick, if that makes sense. So I won't be able to make 3 of each, but you can certainly do that. So now is the time we flip it over. We're going to draw our egg right on here. And you just want to make sure anywhere on here you have a 1/4 inch seam allowance. These are what I'm marking now. What I'm marking now are the cut mark, or the what I'm marking now are the sew lines. I have a video now that will walk you through step by step on how to decrease the sizes of these when you print the pattern. So that'll be handy if you want smaller eggs or smaller chicks. And now it's time to take it to the sewing machine and sew right on that line all the way around. I have sewn on all the lines, but I don't want to use my iron to erase the line because I'm going to cut a 1/4 inch seam allowance around these pieces. And if you want to make it easier, you could just cut these into squares. Just like that. And then we're just going to cut. Ta-da! We have an egg. I'm going to cut the rest of the pieces out. I'll be right back. I've got the pieces cut out. How cute are these? But you know what time it is? It is time to make these look like old-time cutter quilts. I am going to soak them in some coffee stain, about 30 minutes, hot water, rinse them out, toss them in the dryer, and I'll be right back. They are out of the dryer and perfectly aged. What do you think? Then we just put them together. I'm going to take it to the sewing machine. I'll probably leave the hole right here so that we can stuff it. For this one, I think I will leave the hole near the bottom. When I've got those sewn up, I'll be right back. For today, I'm just going to use some polyfill to fill our chick and our egg. These are so small, you probably want to do a little bit at a time. I want to get up there into the beak. These are just so adorable. I hope you guys are making lots of barnyard pillows and using this technique for other items as well. Perfectly stuffed. We just had to stuff our egg. Maybe just a little more. I saw this in another video and I thought I would try it because I had a coupon for Joann's. But it's called Aleene's Insta Fuse Fabric Fusion. You iron it. And I was hoping that it would be good for closures, like this part. So I wouldn't have to put it back in the sewing machine because once it's stuffed, it's so hard to sew. So we're going to give it a shot. And it says, apply an even coat of glue to fabric or embellishments. You could use this for embellishments, but it's thermal activated. And it's supposed to be instant. Sounds like my iron is ready. All right, and we're just going to place a coat. Let's see if it's open. We're just going to apply a thin coat where you want it to adhere. We're going to push those together. And hopefully we can get the iron down on that. I'm just going to put a couple clips on. I don't trust it. Because it's supposed to be instant. All right, let's try it on our chick. And then I will put a clip on this. I always like to try out new things when I see them, but I'll only do it if I have a really good coupon for it, because this is pricey. I believe this is $14.99. Here's the test. Let's see if it's holding. Wow, it did hold. How amazing is that? Okay. Let's see if this one held. So far. Okay, I like it. And if you wanted to embellish these items, I just grabbed some coffee stained cheesecloth, and you could just simply put a bow or you could just do a knot. Leave it down like that. Take a rusty pin. Maybe put these two together. Well, maybe not. It's kind of hard to work with these rusty pins. There we go. and add a bell. And there you have it. So cute. So there's the egg. There's the chick. And I hope that you all have a blessed day. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next video, God bless.